All right. What's going on, NBA YouTube? This is your boy Andre coming out with my final NBA awards video. And yes, I could have just made one big video instead of doing that, but guess what? I need the views. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's up. This is the MVP award, and quite honestly, it should be a four-man race. The way the Twitter and stuff been acting, it's a 2 man race, and it ain't even close type deal. This is very interesting. But if you're new to the page, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share everywhere. And down in the comment section, you gotta let me know who you got as your MVP this year. Because you can make an argument for everybody. There's a lot of arguments you could be made. But let's talk about the MVP. The MVP says most valuable player. However, the history of the NBA tells you it's that, but in reality, the way they've been giving out the awards is a lot different. Not all, not does it. The way it started in the beginning, was that it would go to the best player on the best team, top of the team, or second best team, or second best team in the conference, and that's who it goes to, right? But we have anomalies throughout the years. Sixth seeded Russell Westbrook, 2017 MVP. Jokic, sixth seed MVP. So we have those issues too, because it goes from just most valuable player to who has the best storyline going. I think that also plays a factor into MVPs, because it goes from this is the best player on the best team and stuff. But if there's a story that's bigger than that, then they'll ride with the storyline about what's going on here. Now, if it's like this year where there's no storyline, zero. There's zero storylines to go off of on this year's MVP. Now it goes back to the old criteria of best player, best team. However, it's not like that though. I think this year is more of who's been playing the best. It's basically what this is. Who is playing the absolute best of the best. And that's really difficult to determine, considering a lot of players are playing elite basketball, MVP level basketball, right? So let's start off with the obvious. So very obviously, the only reason why there's an argument for this award is because Joel Embiid ended up getting hurt. If Joel Embiid never got hurt and played in many games that he normally would play, or he would have played this year, it would have been Joel Embiid's award running away with it. There would be no arguments. We saw what he was doing in the beginning of the season. He was just killing people for no reason. There was murder out there. He was just doing whatever he wanted to on the offensive side of the ball. He was still good defensively. He did whatever he wanted to out there in the NBA. But then he got hurt, and once he got hurt, it took him out of the race. That sucks, because that would have been a 2-time. He would have been back to back. Then again, it could have been positive, because he would have went back to back and I got out the second round, but we would have had a whole different conversation. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. We know what we're talking about. So once he went down, everybody else now took the next step up to get that MVP award. So of course, let's talk about Jayson Tatum. A lot of people are not that big of Jayson Tatum. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They're not that too big of a Jayson Tatum guy. I personally believe that he will get one MVP in his career. At the same time, I don't know when and how exactly that's going to happen, considering the talent that he has to deal with on the year-to-year basis. This year, for example, his team is on top of the East. They're the only 60-win team this year in the entire NBA, but yet I think he's at number 5 or something in MVP voting. Crazy work. Very crazy work. Like I said, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard for him to get one, but I think he can get at least one. But I don't know when that's going to happen. I think he's putting up close to 30 points a game. He's playing. I mean, everything's running really well over there in Boston. And maybe that's why people have turned their nose with Jayson Tatum winning the MVP. That's idiotic, but it is what it is. The next player up, we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. This man is not talked enough about the MVP award. I think he's averaging 30, 10 plus rebounds. I think 5 or 6 plus assists. Shooting, I think, is 60% from the field, above 66% from the field. And they're number 2 at this moment, or they finished, they number 2 or number 3 in the East. And they have a lot of drama going on. And so technically he has a storyline to go for him. Old coach get fired, brought in a brand new coach. The coach got them to a decent enough wins, but then the coach lost the locker room. The coach gets fired in the middle of the season. They pick up Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers ain't really been Doc Rivers is doing Doc Rivers things. Dame ain't being Dame. Teams getting older, injury, all this stuff going on, and all that, and there's Giannis sitting on top like, that's what's up. This is what's up, I guess. And he's not being, to me, he's not getting talked enough in the MVP award. That's all. Now the next three players we got to talk about. Let's talk about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is just a cheat code in the game of basketball. I think he's cheating his way through all the problems in the world of the NBA because he's just too good. He's just too good. It's just that simple. He's too good. He got a team. He got a legit team. He has Kyrie next to him, and that's a nice duel. Of course, I mean, I knew this was going to work out because I was like, this is what Kyrie needs. He needs a LeBron-esque player, not on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. He needs that type of player for him to thrive in the game that he thrives in. The reason why it didn't work in Brooklyn, never mind, that's a different argument. Different discussion for a different day. Different discussion for a different day. But it was going to work because Luka does the playmaking, he does the rebounding, he does the crazy scoring, and Kyrie can just settle in and do what he wants to do. He can score, pass the ball, he can do whatever he wants to, and it looks good. You add into the fact that they add in some lob threats. PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford drafted Derek Lively. They got I'm forgetting the guys. I'm forgetting the name already. I suck at I forgot the guy's name already. But the team looks pretty elite. It looks exactly what it needs to look like for a Luka led team finally. And now that he's leading this team, they're 50 plus wins after missing the playoffs last year. They're 50 plus wins, and he's putting on crazy performances almost on a night-to-night basis. It's like, well, how are we supposed to stop that? You don't. You just let it happen. You let it happen, you just walk away. That's basically what it means. You just let it happen. So stop it. You just let it happen. Let it happen. Next up, we got to talk about my guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over there on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, he's balled. I mean, he's been balling out this year. I'm not surprised about that. I don't think anybody should be surprised about that because it's my boy. It's my boy. He's an Oklahoma City Thunder. He got the Thunder uniform on. When you put the Thunder uniform on, apparently you become GOAT. You become GOAT status type deal. But Shai, 30 points per game, playing with a bunch of young guys. The whole team is young, pretty much. There's a few veterans, probably like three veterans on the team. I think that's Gordon Hayward, Bismack Biyombo, and somebody else I'm probably missing. But this is a very young team. He's helped leading this team. He's the main scorer, and then everybody else is getting by committee. But he's also got better defensively. He getting the mid-ranges still, some free throws. I mean, he's playing MVP level, but I think he's going to continue to do this for a little while. Probably another season or two. Maybe. And I'm pushing a season or two. He's playing elite basketball. I don't know what you want me to tell you about you. He's playing elite basketball in a Thunder uniform. What else am I supposed to be not biased about that? You must be crazy out your mind. And then finally, the last man we got to talk about have to be Nikola Jokic, the two-time MVP award winner, Finals MVP last year after winning his first championship. And he continues to be Jokic. He got the advanced stats that likes him. He got the current stats less like him. I mean, he's just being him. You know, he's in the mix of his prime right now. He's 27, 28 years old. He's in the mix of his prime doing what he's supposed to do. He comes out there, he plays basketball, he plays it the way he wants to play it, and then he goes home and then he go do racing with his horses. That is just what Jokic is doing. I don't know what else to tell y'all. I'm sorry. That's just what he does. His team, top three in the West. He just rolling. He just rolling. I don't know what to tell you. So with these candidates like this, you have to figure out exactly who you want as MVP. I've been on Twitter a lot, so I stare at Twitter stuff. I really don't respond to a lot of stuff or share anything hardly any. Well, I share more things than anything. I just don't speak on anything because I like to see other people's opinion. There's been a lot of discourse to say to give Luka the MVP. Now, I do wonder why is that. I wonder if they want to give him the MVP because they just want him to get it, or is there a legit reason behind the stats of wanting him to get it? Because it went from Embiid to Jokic to an argument for Shai, and then it was, oh, if Luka do this, he need to be up there, type deal. So it's kind of like that. So it's kind of like that. So and then right now, after Dallas got 50 plus wins, now it's give Luka the MVP. So it's very interesting to see that happening. I wish Shea can get the MVP. He's my MVP for the year, but I can't. It's my awards, and I could pick Shea, but that'd be idiotic. And then I'm quite honestly, out of everybody, I'm fine with any of the four. You can give Jokic his third one. You can give Luka his first one. You can give Shea his first one. You can give Giannis his third one. Would be his third one. I think his third one, second or third one. I'm fine with anybody getting it, quite honestly, out of those four. It's a fatal four-way match, in my personal opinion. I'm fine with any four of those. I think they all playing excellent basketball this year. I think they all playing at their elite level that they can play at this moment of time. Granted, I think everybody can work on a little bit something. I think Jokic got better defensively, but he just probably a little bit average defensively. He just doesn't have the athleticism to keep it all up defensively. I think for Shea, what's the knock on Shea? The knock on Shea is, quite honestly, he's just young. That's all. They got a lot of people need to see him do something in the playoffs this year. I think that's what that is. They're seeing what he can do in the playoffs. Will this repeat itself in the playoffs before they're fine with giving him an MVP? Luka, of course, he can always get better defensively. That's kind of like a cop out, quite honestly, for him, and just get better defensively. And then for Giannis is, bro, hit your free throws, my boy. Golly, hit your free throws. I mean, something, dog, something. I'm fine with either four of those winning the MVP. If I have to pick one, I don't really care. I'm taking Shea. I'm taking Shea as my MVP because I'm a Thunder fan, of course. So I'll take Shea as my MVP. And I'm quite honestly, I'm not mad at any one of those four winning the MVP this year. So y'all let me know down in the comment section. Of course, probably might be a little conversation war, probably not. That's fine. Who you got as MVP this year? Let me know. Also, let me know who you got for all the other awards too. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. And let's enjoy some playoff basketball.